Good morning, everyone. Before beginning, I would just like to know if I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible. Continue.
Thank you so much. झूम ले हंस बोल ले प्यारी अगर है जिंदगी झूम ले हंस बोल ले प्यारी अगर है जिंदगी सांस के बस एक झोंके का सफर है जिंदगी झूम ले हंस बोल ले प्यारी अगर है जिंदगी। नमस्कार। यहाँ इस ऑनलाइन साहित्यिक संगोष्ठी में आए सभी माननीय अतिथियों को, उत्साही प्रतिभागियों को एवं आदरणीय श्रोताओं को वॉक विथ मेमोरीज की ओर से मेरा सादर प्रणाम। आज इस सर्वव्यापी कोरोना ने हमें अपने घरों की चार दीवारी में सीमित कर रख दिया है। अपने प्रिय मित्रों से मिलना, बाहर घूमना फिरना एवं दूसरों के साथ विचार विमर्श करना एक खूबसूरत अतीत सा प्रतीत होता है। पर इस तनावपूर्ण स्थिति में भी हम सबको एक साथ जोड़े रखने में जिसका सबसे ज्यादा योगदान है वो है इंटरनेट। चाहे गायन हो, वादन हो, साहित्यिक चर्चाएं हो या विद्यार्जन हो, इंटरनेट की अपार शक्ति ने हमें घर बैठे सीखने, सिखाने एवं जीवन को आनंदमय बनाने का एक नायाब अवसर दिया है। और आज वॉक विथ मेमोरीज द्वारा आयोजित ये 4 दिवसीय साहित्यिक संगोष्ठी काफिला 20 भी एक ऐसा ही अवसर आपके समक्ष लाई है। Walk with Memories is a community of budding writers, poets, and storytellers. It is a platform that strongly believes in the fact that a piece written contains a part of one's soul and thence is unique in its own way, be it poetry or storytelling, be it prose writing or performing artistry. Walk with Memories aims to find beauty in differences and strives to uphold it, empower it, and present it to the audience. From daily activities to weekly seminars, from competitions to zestful events, we all try to create a healthy and joyful environment for the budding artists and help them strike a balance between emotional confluences and literary techniques in whatever they pen down, so that the depth of their words resonate with the thoughts of those who read it. Kafila 20. Kafila 20, as you all know, is one of its kind online event which aims to host a healthy yet competitive environment with mild opportunities of learning. It is a platform for students, poets, writers, influentials, et al. To showcase their amazing works and talents, as well as learn the nuances of the art form they wish to master. From challenging competitions to informative masterclasses, from distinguished speakers to blissful cultural evenings, this 4-day symposium organized by Walk with Memories has it all. आगे बढ़ने से पहले मैं कुछ चंद लाइनें पढ़ना चाहूंगा। अमीर शहर के कुछ कारोबार याद आए, अमीर शहर के कुछ कारोबार याद आए, मैं रात सोच रहा था हराम क्या क्या है। फकीर शेख कलंदर इमाम क्या क्या है, फकीर शेख कलंदर इमाम क्या क्या है, तुझे पता नहीं तेरा गुलाम क्या क्या है। गुलाब ख्वाब दवा जहर जाम क्या क्या है, गुलाब ख्वाब दवा जहर जाम क्या क्या है, मैं आ गया हूं बता इंतजाम क्या क्या है। चुनौतीपूर्ण प्रतियोगिताएं, विशिष्ट महाअनुभवों के साथ शिक्षाप्रद मास्टर क्लासेस एवं आकर्षक पुरस्कार, ये 4 दिवसीय साहित्यिक उत्सव अवश्य ही आप सभी के जीवन में ज्ञान की ज्योति को प्रज्वलित करेगा और आपको रोमांच के शिखर तक ले जाएगा। मुझे आशा है कि मेरी ही तरह आप सभी इस कार्यक्रम के लिए अतीव उत्सुक हैं। तो आइए दोस्तों, बिना किसी विलंब के काफिला 20 का आगाज करें और बुलाए श्रीमती श्यामली सुनीश जी को, जो अपनी अद्भुत नृत्य से हम सबका मन मोह लेंगी एवं इस कार्यक्रम का उद्बोधन करेंगी।
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। आकाशस्याधिपो विष्णुः अग्निश्चैव महेश्वरी वायो सूर्यक्षितेरिषः जीवनस्य गणाधिपः। आकाशस्याधिपो विष्णुः अग्निश्चैव महेश्वरी वायो सूर्यक्षितेरिषः जीवनस्य गणाधिपः। षोडशैतानि नामानि यः पठेत् शृणुयादपि विद्यारम्भे विवाहे च प्रवेशे निर्गमे तथा सङ्ग्रामे सर्वकार्येषु विघ्नस्तस्य न जायते। सङ्ग्रामे सर्वकार्येषु विघ्नस्तस्य न जायते।
Wow, that was such an amazing start. We are all touched by the vibrant hues of the Indian classical form presented here. So, after this brilliant performance by Ms. Shyamli Sunish, I would like to call upon Mr. Yash Agarwal, the director of this festival, the art director of this festival, to extend our gratitude to dignitaries and all those present with us today. Let us lead by
Hello
example.
everyone. Hello everyone. Good morning. I hope so. I am audible. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all the guests, dignitaries, and my dear participants to KAFILA 2020. We all are looking forward for the best of the 4 days ahead. We hope so. I hope so that we are able to cater our best for this 4 day, and we will be able to make the best of the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yash. हम दीवानों की क्या हस्ती, हम दीवानों की क्या हस्ती, हम आज यहाँ कल वहाँ चले। हम दीवानों की क्या हस्ती, हम आज यहाँ कल वहाँ चले, मस्ती का आलम साथ चला, हम धूल उड़ाते जहाँ चले. All of us present here are can identify ourselves as wanderers, wanderers in search of knowledge, in search of the goal of our life. And this event helps us to uphold it, to empowers us to find it in our journey. Thank you, Yash, for your wonderful address. May I now request Khushi Gupta to take over.
Yes, Kushi, you can continue. Kushi, you're inaudible. Hello, Kushi, you're inaudible.
Kushi, we cannot hear you. I guess you haven't joined your audio. Please see to it.
Kushi, please join your audio. We can't hear you.
There is some problem.
No worries, Deepayan. You go ahead. We can ask Khushi to do this later.
Thank you so much, sir.
Deepayan, it's okay. I'll take Kushi's part. I'll introduce.
Sure, sure.
And the I'll request you to please unmute Mr. Vyas as well after the introduction. The essence of all beautiful art and great art is gratitude. A very bright morning to all of you. I take this immense pleasure while introducing you all with one of our esteemed guests of this morning, the stalwart lady, Miss Ratnika Vyas. She started her journey from the basic roots of learning by being the first anchor on Scoop Book YouTube News and Lifestyle. She has been the brand ambassador of Bridge University and the lead actress of ad commercials of the Times of India, LG, and MBIT. Her recent work profile shows that she has anchored for luxury and lifestyle brands across the event space. She has hosted multiple corporate events for brands like Powertrade Corporation India, the Sundance Film Fest, and the red carpet for Disney, Beauty and the Beast. She has hosted Delhi Airport RADO launch, interviewing the very famous actor Hrithik Roshan. Her relationship with camera is worth admiring. She has hosted various events across the nation and has set a benchmark of hosting more than 150 shows. She is an explorer in true senses, and her travel diary is a proof for the same. She has traveled the world exhibiting the best brands and has hosted multiple live events. She is now working as a Netflix actress and a bona fide bride. It's a pleasure to have such a great personality among us today. I would now request Ms. Ratnika Vyas to kindly address the audience and grace this ceremony. So give a huge round of applause to Ms. Ratnika Vyas.
Oh, that's so kind of you. I'm so sorry. May I have your name, please? Whoever has given my introduction, what's your name, please?
This is Kanchan Andani.
Yes, lots of love to you, and I'm sending you a big virtual hug. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. I'm so honored, to be with all of you. And well, a very good morning to all of you, and my heartfelt thanks to the team of KAFILA 20 for inviting me as your keynote speaker at the inaugural event today, and a step towards literature. It is truly believed that any piece of writing or performing artistry contains a piece of one's soul, one's childhood, memories, happy or sad experiences, victories, challenges, and downfalls all shape an individual. And they certainly shape our expressions and performances. Since today's event is all about bridging the gap between aspirations and successes, it would be my own story of aspiration and success that I'd like to share with you all. So, when often on my couch I lie in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart, with pressure, it fills and dances with the frills of daffodils. As a young girl in school, I certainly wasn't the prettiest or smartest in class. As a result, I wasn't the most popular or sought after, which left me very sad and upset. I was pretty introverted and suffered from performance anxiety. As I grew older, my looks changed and I chanced upon a career which was a road less traveled. I decided to venture out as a freelance anchor and model at my own at a very young age. What hasn't been different about my career choice is the sheer joy which I derive from it. Speaking or acting before a mic or camera just brings me alive. It is as if my soul is connected to the work I do. And that's the difference between any regular job and one where your soul plays a role. So during this time of lockdown, I truly request, each one of us creative people, all of us who are such creative beings, to unlock their creativity at this point in time. Yeah. And we must not worry, but truly, believe that we're in this together. And how wonderful it is to, have an event like KAFILA where all of us, can truly believe that, we are in this confluence together. So on that note, I truly want to say, a very big congratulations to all of you who could, have the guts to be able to come alive while it's so easy to, take a step back and go into your shell. So thank you so very much. And it is my pleasure to be with all of you today.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure for us to have you with us today. Your words of wisdom will definitely guide us a long way in the event as well as in life ahead. It is said that future belongs to the curious, the ones who are not afraid to try it, explore it, poke at it, question it, and turn it inside out. So, everyone present here, how is the Josh? I hope that the curiosity is reaching its peak as we move ahead with the flow of the program. Let's inch up this excitement and see a small video that presents a trailer, a glimpse of the wonderful KAFILA 20 and what it brings and is there to unfold. such an amazing trailer video. I think everyone has got a gist of what lies ahead of us during this wonderful event, Kafila 20. आगे बढ़ने से पहले कुछ चंद लाइनें जो मैंने लिखी थी और मुझे लगता है कि आज के इस समारोह में उसका कहीं ना कहीं एक रेलेवेंस होगा, मैं पढ़ना चाहूँगा। अभी दिखाओ न तस्वीर जिंदगी इसको, अभी दिखाओ न तस्वीर जिंदगी इसको, ये बचपना है, अभी मुस्कुराना चाहता है, अभी आदर्शों की बेड़ियों में न जकड़ो इसे तुम, अभी आदर्शों की बेड़ियों में न जकड़ो इसे तुम, ये पंछी है, अभी उन्मुक्त उड़ना चाहता है। अभी मत बांधो फराइजों में इसको, अभी मत बांधो फराइजों में इसको, ये मासूम है, अभी शोखियों में उलझना चाहता है, अभी पैगाम जिंदगी न सुनाओ इसे तुम, अभी पैगाम जिंदगी न सुनाओ इसे तुम, ये आवारा है, अभी अनजान रास्तों पर चलना चाहता है। In the trials and tribulations of life, in the fast-paced world, we often forget to explore the unexplored. The child within us, the curiosity within us is suppressed by our surroundings. And I hope that this wonderful event, Kafila 20, gives all of us an opportunity to hone our talents and nurture the curiosity deep within us. With those words, I would like to call Miss Anjali Gaur and hand over the stage to her.
Thank you so much, Dityan. One tree can start a forest, one word can frame a goal. One candle can wipe out darkness. A true leader has the confidence to stand alone. The above quote truly describes our next guest, a passionate educator who believes that it is only through education that India's destiny can change. Mrs. Amrita Burman ma'am has been associated with Sunbeam for over 27 years now. A great researcher, she along with her team have researched and worked on the Sunbeam precept which guides the academic and co-curricular transaction at Sunbeam. She closely monitors the unpacking of the precept across 25 Sunbeam schools. She had traveled throughout the world to explore various avenues related to education. A true learner, she believes that learning is not the foundation of age. One should have a learning spirit and one can learn throughout the life. She is also the head of Round Square of Sunbeam School. Being the part of the FICCI delegation, she has also visited London in February 2019 to attend Learn It and has also attended the Microsoft World's Educators Conference E2 in Paris. Besides being present as panelist in the host of national and international conferences. She has also been certified by Harvard University with a certificate in advanced educational leadership. Being one of the prominent authors and educators whose thoughts feature on a special compilation on joy and power of reading brought out by Scholastic Court. Why I love to read. It's an honor to have such a dignitary amongst us. Let's add more glory to the event by hearing her motivating words. With a huge round of applause, I would like to request Mrs. Amrita Burman, ma'am, to take over. Over to you, ma'am.
Right. Thank you so much. And I'm really honored, and it's such a pleasure to be amongst the youth once again. And both my two speakers today, both Ratnika, whom I just heard briefly, and also, of course, we'll be having Prachi speaking in a while. I think it's an absolute honor for me to be there with them and sharing a stage with them. So thank you so much. I also want to specially take this opportunity of thanking Saurabh, Yash, Kanchan, and of course Dipayan. I've been hearing you, Dipayan, right from the beginning, and you've been doing such an amazing job. So I would, in fact, take my inspiration from you. Thank you so much for doing such a lovely job. I saw Shamli also with her rendition, and I think she was just amazing. So I am an educationist, and that's what you've written. And like all educationists, what we usually do is we just do what we can best do with what we have. So it is really not important what the child will become later, because that's a stage we've not seen. We deal with children who are there with us presently. So I'm just going to take up a few words from what you people have really written around, and I thought I would really break them down because I think they had an impact on what on me actually quite strongly. So I was told, in fact, by Saurav that you people have started this Walk with Memories, which is a literary symposium. You all are going to be doing a lot of sessions on storytelling, on theater, and interactive sessions it's going to be. So, you know, there are going to be a lot of literary, basically, sessions that you're going to have. And the institution or the organization that you people have, kind of founded is called Walk with Memories. So I'm just going to break down these two words, walk and memories, in the first place. I thought they were both very powerful words. Walk. Now, what do we mean by walk? I'm breaking it down into three stages. One is walking in. So, if I need to really get down to learning, I need to be taking that first step of accepting the fact that I don't know and I need to learn. So that is that one courageous step that I'm going to take first, which is the walk in. It's an acceptance of I want to learn, an intent of learning, the fact that I want to be a learner, I want to gain experience, I want to embark on a journey. So I think for anyone who actually holds their hands with you in this literary symposium has to be someone who's extremely courageous, who understands that there has to be an intent to learn, like what we want to see and have a desire to see in each child that we handhold. The other step in walking is walking with. So basically, that's the experience. And probably that's the most difficult part because I make a choice of my facilitator, I make a choice of my guide, I also come out of my comfort zone. That's the time where my perseverance, my resilience has the largest role to play. And that's the time when I unlearn and relearn. That's the time when I question as a learner my previous knowledge. And that is also a time where, because I have stepped out of my comfort zone, there is a general push to go back to where I was. I want to just go back to my comfort zone because I'm very uncomfortable learning. And I think the job of a facilitator, of any teacher, any guide, becomes the most difficult because that's the time when you make things very, very comfortable for your children, for your learners. That's the time when you need that hug to tell the child that, look, I am there for you. So I'm sure that in your symposium, there are going to be great guides, great teachers, great facilitators who are going to push the people out of their shell and take this journey of walking with them and making it enjoyable for them so that none of them really give up. And the third is, I think, one that you have already completed. You walk out of the journey. And what is the feeling at that time for any person who's learned, for any educationist, for any facilitator, both the learner and the one who is facilitating? I think for both, when you walk out of a situation after having learned, it's a situation of absolute bliss. That's a moment after meditation. Actually, when you're walking through, it's a state of meditation. You're concentrating. So when you walk out, you have learned. It's like that Buddha smile on your face. I have gained. There's something that I am feeling very satisfied about because it's taking me ahead. I have stayed with the feeling, and now I have moved out. So the three journeys of walking into, walking with, and walking out are the three important journeys of any learner and any facilitator. And then, of course, the lovely word memories. What do I think about? What do I remember? I remember all those wonderful things that have been told to me as by my facilitator. So I just wanted to start by saying I just loved the name of your symposium, Walk with Memories. I hope that each one of you all who have taken this initiative of starting this complete endeavor understand that you have to go through this journey with people who are going to be connected with you and create, as you walk with them this journey, lovely memories for them to stay on with. So, congratulations for this walking with memories. What I really wanted to concentrate upon today as an educationist is that since you're going to be doing in this very difficult COVID moments, in fact, Deepayan started with the only thing that's keeping us connected is the internet. It's actually technology but that is connecting us. And this is going to be the platform you're going to be using when it comes to this literary journey. So, when we talk about the literary journey, we talk about all the 21st century skills that any educationist, any facilitator really wants to bring about in children. So the first thing is you have to have an idea. If you want to write about it, you want to speak about it, you want to bring it up in on a theater platform, whatever it is, the whole idea is that you have to have an idea, and an idea which is different, an idea that connects your audience with you, and therefore literature and literary pursuits always give rise to this very important 21st century skill, which is creativity, because it is all about an idea. And after you're creative and you come up with an amazing idea, can you really impact and make a difference? Another important thing is that when you have an idea and you're creative, you also have to be able to communicate this idea to the rest of the world. And for that, getting the right words, getting the right movements when you're on a theater platform, or being able to speak out in the right intonation, in the right way, I think is very important. So your communication skills are honed on any literary platform. And the third, another important thing is that I need to be able to collaborate. Now, how do I collaborate, especially if I'm doing it on an online platform like this? When my creative thoughts are written down in a creative and interesting way, and how when I place it to the audience and my audience connects with me, they are absolutely zapped, they listen to me, they connect with me, there is a subtle collaboration that is built between me and my audience. So literary symposiums need to be teaching children about great ideas, about creativity, about communication, and about collaboration with the audience. And the last 21st century skill, and according to me, the most important, that is really, really needed by anyone who steps into any literary endeavor is uh, an empathy and a kind of criticism. You have to be thinking about critical ideas have to come to you. Now, when I talk about criticism, it means simply this. As somebody from the world of literature, you have to question what is there today. In fact, literature, I think, has been one of the biggest catalysts for any change. Even when you go back to a Rabindranath Tagore, in fact, I'm a great fan of his. So when you listen to his songs or when you really read about what he writes, it's always been questioning what is happening, my criticism of what is happening today. And when I criticize, I also have empathy with people that society is not doing right with. So, a critical thinking, a criticism of what is going on today, and looking for solutions out of this problem is what I think should be taught on a literary symposium. So I think these 21st century skills, four of them, and with that, I wanted to add, which I just mentioned, is empathy for whatever is going on is important when you set out as facilitators to take up a literary symposium. And the fact that you're going to be connecting with the youth of today, I am very optimistic about the youth. Frankly, I personally feel the children today, the youth today is better than what we used to be at that age. They are far more empathetic, they are far more critical, they are far more forthright about what they have to say. And your walk with memories is going to be connecting to the youth. Therefore, you have a huge responsibility on your shoulders, because this is not a platform, or I think the kind of audience who are just going to be quiet. They're going to be questioning what you do. Therefore, you have to be great at whatever you deliver in your walk with memories. So, with that, all the best for Walk with Memories and for Kafila. Kafila is like a caravan. It's actually a complete group of lot of yatris and vehicles just moving together. Wow. You're going to be starting a Kafila 2020. You're going to be taking so many people together. Learning journey is going to begin in collaboration with so many people. You've got such wonderful people speaking. You've also organized lots and lots of competitions. I wish you all the best for Kafila 2020. And I do hope that your literary symposium makes a difference to all the youth that's going to be attached to you. I'm sure there are going to be other age group, but I'm very optimistic about the youth, and I think that's where we need maximum, relating to and coming up with thoughts and ideas with. So all the best for Kafila. Let this Kafila move on. Let all the 21st century skills be taught to them as you move on with your walk with memories. May you walk in with your group, may you walk with them, and may you walk out with them, leaving them with beautiful memories and a lovely smile on their face. All the best to you once again. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your truly inspiring words. We got to know about various insights of contemporary world. It's an honor to have you amongst us, ma'am. Music speaks what cannot be expressed, soothes the mind and gives it rest, heals the heart and makes it whole, flows from the heaven to the soul. Music has the quality to revive and take us to the another world, where the connection with a soul becomes more stronger. No occasion gets complete without a musical performance. So, with this huge round of applause, I would like to call Mr. Deepak Mukherjee amongst us, and let's get mixed with him in this musical harmony.
Thank you so much, Anjali. Uh, like uh, Amrita ma'am said, for any literary enthusiast or anyone in the field of art, practicing is is like sadhana, and I don't know how much of it are we as students are able to do, but we are walking we're walking on that road, and I hope our journey is successful. With those words, I present you a rendition of the famous song "Jab Deep Jale Aana." जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना, जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना, संकेत मिलन का भूल न जाना, मेरा प्यार ना बिसराना। जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना, मैं पलकन डगर गुहारूंगा, तेरी राह निहारूंगा। मैं पलकन डगर बुहारूंगा, तेरी राह निहारूंगा। मेरी प्रीत का काजल तुम अपने नैनों में मले आना। जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना। नी गा रे गा मगरे सा सा नी, पापा मा रे गा सा नी सा गा पा मा पा। नित साँझ सवेरे मिलते हैं, उस देख के तारे खिलते हैं। नित साँझ सवेरे मिलते हैं, उसे देख के तारे खिलते हैं। लेते हैं विदा एक दूजे से, कहते हैं चले आना। जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना। संकेत मिलन का भूल न जाना, मेरा प्यार ना बिसराना। जब दीप जले आना, जब शाम ढले आना। Thank you. Hope you like.
Admirable, alluring, breathtaking, astonishing. Rather, it was an admirable performance, Dipayan. In the world of unlimited voices and choices, those who can bring people together and tell a story have power. A talk can change many perspectives, a talk can attach many broken strings. A talk can revive your thoughts, a talk can change you. Never forget, it's always a matter of your creativity, how you can show the world a new and hidden perspective. With this note, I would like to call Miss Anshu Malika Aris amongst us, who will tell us about a hidden perspective in her voice. Give her a huge round of applause.
Thank you, Anjali, for those beautiful words. Before I begin, I'd just like to ask you if you is my video visible? Can you guys see me?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. It is my privilege to be performing before such guests of honor and our participants. KAFILA is a well-versed dream of all of us. Before I begin, I would like to give you an idea of what you'll be experiencing in the next 5 minutes. As for me, my name is Anshu, and I'm a budding spoken word poet. But unlike literary poetry, simple language is used to make concrete images in the minds of the audience. I, as an individual, am driven to talk to people about the importance of being yourself, and have performed in various open mics and spoken word contests about the same. Since today, I'll be presenting my poems on this theme and sharing some of my views on it. So, shall we begin? So, I'd really like to start off with one of my favorite quotes by Oscar Wilde. Be yourself because everyone else is already taken. In a world where we are told that we can be anything we want to be, we cannot be anyone that we want to be. You can be a writer, an artist, or an astronaut for that matter, but you have no choice but to be yourself. Maybe I should say that this is the only wise choice. You cannot pretend to be someone or something that you're not. Plenty of people try, but they fail. Even if you do succeed, you certainly won't be happy. On this note, I'd like to read out a poem called I Am Who I Am. I am who I am. Who else would I be? I won't change for you, so why change for me? I won't waste my life being someone I cannot be, because I'm not fake, unwilling to break. Get used to what you see. I am going to be me. I've come across a fair few people making their way through life by pretending. Maybe it is easier to convince ourselves that we feel good about something or someone than admit that we do not. Contentment doesn't require action, so by convincing ourselves that we are happy even when we're not, we may be able to avoid making those difficult decisions. Let's take a comic relief. It's one of my favorite examples to talk about this personality, an American president, of course. I'm talking about Donald Trump. Do you ever realize that the judgments people make of him never seem to change his bewildering ideas about global warming, multilateralism, partnerships, or whatever? Well, if some of us had that confidence in ourselves, in the right ideas, we would definitely be much happier in our own skin. It's more common that all of us have to swallow our pride and ask for help. We don't do that because, hey, everything is just fine. Who are you trying to fool? We can simply smile and keep pretending. Pretending everything is fine means not having to contend with all the fears and the potential of disapproval from loved ones, even if we leave it behind. Pretending is costly, guys, because we may be giving away our peace of mind and happiness. On this note, let's read. I'm going to be presenting a poem called I Am Who I Am.
Technology makes and breaks us. We have a small technical glitch. I hope we will be able to connect back with Miss Anshu Malik RS, Anshu Malika RS, pardon me please, for continuing her words on the aspect of life she was discussing with us. Uh, do we have her with us in the meeting? Would she be joining us? I think we can have her as we proceed ahead.
Let's move forward. There's Anju's network. So till then we can move forward.
Sure. Yeah. So with everybody, from
Continue.
I move ahead with the program. With ordinary talent and extraordinary perseverance, all things are attainable. A term that defines the next person in line, our guest of honor. Sheer, she personifies sheer brilliance. A true Gujarati by soul and a Maharashtrian by heart, she believes in exploring artistic avenues and transforming the lives she touches. Who doesn't know our next guest of honor, Miss Prachi Shah Pandya? Best known for her roles in the television show like Kyunki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi, Is Pyar Ko Kya Naam Du, and Ek Shringar Swabhiman. Prachi ma'am is an Indian film and television actress. Be it Student of the Year, ABCD2, Judwa 2, Mulk, or her upcoming film Lakshmi Bomb, starring Akshay Kumar, she is an artist per excellence. Not only this, trained under Guru Pandit Hiralal Ganeshi from the Jaipur Gharana, she is also an internationally acclaimed Kathak dancer and has regaled the audience with her brilliant performances at all major cultural festivals, both in India as well as abroad. For those who don't know, she also holds the Guinness World Record for performing 93 spins in 1 minute, and in 2015 was appointed as the Kathak ambassador by the government of India. Besides, she is also an amazing sitar player, videos of which dot her Instagram profile. Besides, she's also a qualified architect too. Simply wow. So much talent in a single embodiment. She is truly a woman of magnanimity and sheer talent. We are so honored and pleasured to have you with us, ma'am. I request you to kindly address the audience and, and declare this fest open thereafter.
Namaskar. Can everyone hear me? See me?
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay, great. So yeah, namaskar once again. Om Shanti. First of all, I would like to thank Saurabh Chakravarti and his entire team. Yash, Kanchan, Deepayan, thank you so much for the lovely introduction. For having me speak here as your guest of honor for KAFILA 20. I must say I have been watching the show, although my video was off and I was on mute. But yes, right from Shamli's performance to Amrita ji, who's spoken so well, to Ratnika, who's spoken so well. In fact, Amrita ji has touched upon all the major topics that I wanted to speak on. So I had to change a little bit of my speech till then, because yeah, like she almost spoke what I wanted to. But I do have a lot of few quick experiences that I would like to share with all of y'all. First of all, I think this is a wonderful initiative by the team, by Saurabh, who himself is really talented. I happened to meet him recently, like last year in Banaras, and I just love his positive energy. And I think that is what has brought me here today. First of all, to everyone who's joined this, so thank you so much for joining in, specifically the youth and all the learned professionals who are going to be talking ahead for the 3-day festival. I would like to start with a particular quote that I truly believe in ever since I've been a kid, which goes like, whatever you can dream or dream you can. So that's whatever you can dream or dream you can, begin it, because boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. It is a very famous quote, but I have truly followed this, or probably still trying to follow it, because I think these three qualities of being bold, being genius, and being powerful is something that we all human beings are blessed with. It's just that we should know how to value it. Secondly, how to improve on it, because it's all about um, you knowing your weaknesses and you knowing your pluses. See, all of us as human beings are built with the same amount of power. It's just the way you manage it. It's like probably how you manage time. Just making that very quick, because I've had some amazing experiences in my life as an artist, as an actor, as a dancer, as somebody who's been, as a child, exposed to a lot of music, a lot of reading, um, music in terms of dance, music in terms of playing an instrument, music in terms of learning vocal. So I know this is a literally festival, but I personally feel like the way we started with dance, and Dipayan, had this rendition which was so beautiful, wasn't it? And I'm sure music has set the whole mood going. So personally, I feel music is one powerful tool which kind of helps you to get into your subconscious level. And when you get into your subconscious level, it is right in there when you recognize your own power, your own possibilities, your own strengths, your own beliefs, to know what you can do, what you wish to do, and what you're capable of doing. And that is where your journey starts. That's where at least I have started knowing more about myself, because ultimately, if you don't know yourself and if you don't know what you wish to do or what you're good at, it's not going to really facilitate your journey ahead, because I think that is where your strength lies, of following your dreams, or following what you want to achieve in life. So yes, so primarily I feel in these difficult times that we all are facing in our own respective ways, in our own respective zones of work, in personal life, I think it's mainly extremely important to have music 24 hours if possible. Of course, we sleep for almost 8 to 10 hours. But other than that, you will realize that, there are certain experiences. For example, when you walk into a five-star hotel and you have this really soothing instrumental music playing, have you ever thought of why would that be so? I guess because the moment you walk in and you want to feel nice, you want to feel pleasant, you want to feel delightful. So yes, so why not have that at home? Have you ever thought about it? First thing in the morning, you could be playing mantras, you could be playing something that sets your whole day in the right note. Because the moment there is music that kind of impacts your brain, you start thinking musically. Let me put it that way. I'm really going to focus on a lot of music here, and I'm sure Saurabh relates to me. But yes, so like I said, so in this literally fest that you are going to have, I'm really hoping that you're going to have these little performances happening in between, which are definitely setting the mood right. Also giving in a lot of insight as to what is coming up next, I guess. Um, One more very important thing that besides the quote that I have learned all my life, is it's a mantra. It's a mantra of 4 Ds that I have followed in life, which actually my dad taught me, which is duty, devotion, discipline, and diligence. It's really simple. So that's duty, diligence, discipline, and devotion. So if you're going to be following these 4 Ds to everything that you do, it could simply be even setting your timetable for the day. If you simply follow it to the T, to the hour, trust me, life can be really, really simple, can be very creative. You improve your concentration power. You definitely reach your goals with the set amount of time that you have set for achieving them. And uh, yeah, so I would probably say that in today's youth that I'm addressing, I definitely see a lot of, like Amritaji spoke, that everybody is very empathetic, everybody is very with the flow with what's happening in the world. But I think what's definitely we should look into is discipline. And I have a 12-year-old daughter, and it's been a great experience all these years being a parent, of trying to discipline. And I think discipline is one thing which which enhances your creativity, your concentration, your actually everything in life, just the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you the way you uh, kind of proceed with your entire day, your life, it just completely helps you mold yourself in such a brilliant way. So, and I'm sure everybody who's joined in are creative people, otherwise they wouldn't have joined in. So, a huge round of applause to all of them. And first of all, I must say to the entire team, the claps that come in are brilliantly motivating. So, I think that should be kept going throughout the festival for every speaker and probably every participant who comes up with some brilliant ideas, because it's really, really motivating in this digital world, which I am also still getting used to because I've always been on stage and in front of the camera. So this is absolutely new to me. Talking to a screen where currently I can only see myself because I'm on my phone and not my laptop. But yeah, so I think it's for me. I think these four things: duty, devotion, discipline, and diligence is the essence of life. And I thank my parents, my gurus, to have inculcated these values in me. And just a little bit of my Guinness World Record, just to give you that motivation to how I probably thought that this was an impossible task for me to do. Uh, and this was after I delivered my child. So all the more the thought process in my mind was, oh my God, I am not fit and I cannot do this. So the first thing that comes to your head when you've been given a task is always that you cannot do it. ये मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा. Think about it. जब भी कोई एक नई चीज आती है जिंदगी में, तो हमारा एक पहला एक्सपीरियंस या पहला थॉट ये होता है कि ओ ये तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, ये मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा. So I think that is the approach that we need to change, where we need to look at every damn thing positively, everything for that matter. And trust me, when you look at it positively, जो नेगेटिव होगी भी शायद चीज वो भी पॉजिटिव हो जाएगी, because I truly believe in the law of attraction. So yeah, so my Guinness World Record, it's purely coming back to discipline and something that I had just decided, okay, thanks to my guru and my father who majorly motivated me and said, okay, you have to do this. And I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. And so I had practiced almost 3 times a day. I used to practice like almost 100 spins a minute every day that I had achieved when I was practicing at home. But when I attempted the record, I could only do 93. And I was the first one to set it. And I happily flaunt my Guinness World Record certificate here at home and to my daughter and to my friends. So it's just coming back to the fact that nothing is impossible. And if you really, really, really want to do it from the bottom of your heart. And I know these are difficult times and they're going to end very, very soon. And I keep telling myself that. And I've been telling myself that the last 4 months. And I'm, in fact, every minute. So making the best out of the time that you have, because time once lost is lost forever. So on that note, I would like to wish the entire team of KAFILA all the very best for the participants, because it's a great lineup of speakers, all learned professionals in their own respective fields, and really looking forward to even hearing them and interacting with you all one of these days. And thank you once again to have thought of me, first of all, to be addressing you today. So have a great day and all the very best. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your words really enlightened us, and I hope it guides us through the journey of life ahead. आपकी बातों को सुनकर मुझे चंद लाइनें ही याद आई. मैं किसी हाल में मायूस नहीं होता. मैं किसी हाल में मायूस नहीं हो सकता. जुल्मते लाख हो मगर उम्मीदें सहर रखता हूँ. Amazing to hear you, ma'am. And it's absolutely true. Finding beauty within our limitations is something we should look at. Finding positivity, even in the darkest of times, is what we should motivate ourselves towards. And I think bridging everything together, music is the best possible way we can do it. And therefore, it never loses its relevance across ages. Thank you once again, ma'am, for your insightful words. I request you to kindly declare the fest open.
Okay, am I audible here now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So thank you so much, Dipayan, for your lovely, kind words again. And I hereby declare the symposium open. All the very best.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Can we have a huge round of applause? Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you.
True leaders always practice the three R's: respect for self, respect for others, responsibility for all their actions. And it is a pleasure to call amongst us Miss Kanchan Andani to brief every one of us the rules and the regulations of this wonderful 4-day long literary symposium. Uh, Over to you, Kanchan.
Hello, everyone. We're really delighted to have you all here on this beautiful journey of KAFILA 20, a 4-day literature symposium. There's no doubt that these 4 days are going to be really exciting and filled with new experiences and joyful learnings for us. And to make your journey very smooth and exciting, I'm here to tell you the rules and regulations for these events. So, here they are. All the competitions will be there on 24th and 25th of July, and all the details regarding the competition will be shared on the WhatsApp group that already added. And the competition timings would be from 12:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. On all the participants are requested to send in their entries on the given mail address by 7:30 p.m. Each participant can send only one entry, and in case of plagiarism, the entry would be disqualified. The judgment by judges would be final. All the links for the master classes would be shared in the WhatsApp group itself. There'll be a feedback form which you need to fill, and filling that only you are eligible to the certificates of the master classes. Schedule has been already shared with you in the WhatsApp group, and in case of any doubt, you can reach out to any of us, like any of the award ceremony is there on 27th of July from 7 p.m. onwards, and I request all the participants to kindly join in and do not forget to take your appreciations for the event. And at the end, I would just like to thank all the partners and collaborative partners for the KAFILA 20 for helping us to make this event a very huge success. Thanks a lot. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Kanchan. Uh, Continuing on the lines which Kanchan left us with, a few more guidelines about the decorum of this event. To all the participants, as well as those joining us for the master classes, uh, we humbly request you to stay mute and wait for the question answer session, uh, during which you will be informed whether to speak by turn or to post your question answers in the chat box. Secondly, the use of the chat box should be avoided as much as it can be. The WhatsApp group could be used so that there is to avoid any sort of confusion, and whatever is written in the chat box should adhere to the professionalism that is maintained here. We humbly request you to maintain the decorum from your end, and the technical glitches which would be there would be handled by our technical team. Do inform them, do use the WhatsApp group well, and do keep us in the loop about if you face any problem while joining, or if you face any problem while attending the meeting. For the entries, which Ms. Kanchan said, only one entry would be allowed. And for the feedback, yes, it's very important for us to improve on our weaknesses. And for that, we need your help. And for the same, we request every one of you to kindly fill the feedback form and let us know how we can take this event a notch up. Also, it is a step towards attaining your e-certificate for this event. So yeah, so that's with the decorum of the event. Uh, Moving ahead with the program, uh, there is a there are a few lines which really impact me. Uh, बहुत कुछ लिखा मिटाया है मैंने, बहुत कुछ लिखा मिटाया है मैंने, जिंदगी ने तो वरना किताब कर दिया था मुझे. A few moments back, we had Miss Anshu Malika Aris sharing the perspective of life with us. She There was, due to the technical glitch, we lost her from this meeting. However, she has joined us back, and I hope if she's in the meeting, she could, share with us her words of wisdom. Over to you, Anshu.
Thank you, Deepyan, and apologies for being disconnected. There was an internet trouble. So, just a little bit of recap. I had been presenting some spoken word poetry on why is it important to be who you are. So, I'd just like to continue from there because I'm sure most of you have heard it already. So, firstly, this is a simple question. Why is it so difficult to be ourselves? From the time we were young, we may have been taught that we're not enough as we are. People would not accept us the way we are. They wanted us to think, look, and behave in different ways. It is a fundamental human desire for connection and social relationships because we are, at our core, relational beings. Many of us choose to compromise, afraid that we would otherwise be left alone, isolated. So we had to find ways to convince those around us that we are worth their friendship and act in certain ways to please others. Really? In other words, we had to pretend. We may have learned to cover ourselves well with the wheel of pretense. As adults, we may have a dozen masks to hand, and behind every mask lies a deep rooted fear, which we tend to inflict upon others, giving each other a complex. Is it the way to live? The fear to express yourself and reveal to others who you truly are. When we blend in and try to be what others think of us, our life doesn't feel fulfilled. Because, well, it's not our life. It's based on a fake version of us. And also, do we really have to ask ourselves whether we are happy? The truth is, something inside of us already knows the answer if we have to ask that question in the first place. When we are happy, we know. And when we're not, we know that too, right? Exposing our true selves, fully embracing our deepest fears and desires, and facing our fears requires a tremendous amount of courage, as most guests today have embraced and talked about. Many of us have been trying to please others for such a long time that we may have forgotten who we are and what is truly important to us. We have forgotten how to express ourselves, to be spontaneous, and to recognize what we truly enjoy doing. I would like to end on this by presenting one of my favorite poems that I had written called Myself. Myself. I have to live with myself, and so I want to be fit for myself to know. I want to be able, as days go by, always to look myself straight in the eye. I don't want to stand with the setting sun and hate myself for the things I've done. I don't want to keep on a closet shelf a lot of secrets about myself and fool myself as I come and go into thinking that nobody else will know. The kind of man I really am, I don't want to dress up myself in sham. I want to go out with my head erect. I want to deserve all men's respect. But here in the struggle for fame and pelf, I want to be able to like myself. I don't want to think as I come and go that I'm bluster and bluff and empty show. I never can hide myself from me. I see what others may never see. I know what others may never know. I never can fool myself, and so, whatever happens, I want to be. self-respecting, and conscience-free. I would like to thank all of you for being such an amazing audience, and I hope beyond all my fears that was able to convince at least one of you to embrace being yourself. Thank you.
वो गर्मियों की रात, वो जाड़े की बात, वो पानी का मटका, रसोई की आग, सब सताता है मुझे। जिन दिलों में रहा बरसों तक, एक हिस्सा उनमें मेरा भी था, फिर वही रहना है मुझे, घर याद आता है। Thank you, Anshu, for presenting a well-written piece by you. It really helped us, and took us to a journey of introspection, and helped us realize that pretense cannot go a long way. It is. I thank Anshu for her words. Words are the most inexhaustible source of magic, and Kafila 20 is a means and a way to uphold this power. I hope everyone who has joined us or who will be joining us following the events we have lined up for you will hand in hand help us to make this wonderful journey a success. Of course, with our special thanks goes to our amazing partners who have come along us to help this event, help this literary symposium reach the pinnacle of success. We had Rotaract Club Young Visionaries Delhi, VNS, Cafeterina, Loves, Kriyavu Creations, Choco Rush, Rusi Publications. Thank you to all our partners for helping us and for taking this wonderful event a notch up. मिट्टी की टान, मस्ती का मन, शान भरा जीवन, मेरा परिचय. These were the words of respected Harivansh Rai Bachchan. And I think this defines our festival designer, Mr. Saurabh Chakravarti. I request our festival designer, Mr. Saurabh Chakravarti, to please address the audience and deliver his message to all those who are participating, our dignitaries, and everyone who would be joining us ahead.
I believe I am audible to everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, very good afternoon. I would start with सरस्वती के भंडार की बड़ी अपूरब बात, ज्यों खर्चे त्यों त्यों बढ़े, बिन खर्चे घट जात. So this is what I also believe in. The entire concept of Kafila is just to let you people talk and know more about your hidden potential. My very good master of ceremony, very able master of ceremony, Deepayan, has truly taken this journey very well. What a fantastic start. And I also like to congratulate all the people, all the presenters who read out the profile for all the guest of honors who joined us few minutes back. So I have nothing else or adds on to speak and welcome. I would rather like to welcome all the delegates who have registered and who have joined us on board. Dear delegates, remember, ये काफिला तुमसे ही है. अगर आप काफिला का हिस्सा नहीं बनेंगे तो ये काफिला काफिला नहीं बनेगा. We have thought of and we have tried to structure it in such a way where you just don't come through all the boring bhashan and all the one-person monologues. We have thought of to make it more like a dialogue between you and your masterclass person, the facilitator. The facilitator must get n number of questions from your end. You have to channelize the entire session standing by the side of the moderator of your session. Remember, you have invested in your weekend. Make a worth out of it. If you don't utilize the opportunity to talk with the speakers, it will be really something which will be a big loss for us as the organizing committee. We would love to get the feedback once the session is over. But once the session is over, we would also love to give you the feedback. The one who would have participated at the most, the one who asks more number of questions, who involves himself or herself more in the session, will get a special card, will get a special acknowledgement from the side of the organizing committee. So just do your best. With this, I leave it on to you people. We have the next session starting at 1 o'clock. So I would request Deepayan to take us towards the conclusion so that we can take a rest for a few minutes, and then again delegates would join at 1 o'clock. Remember, each and every session is important. Each and every speaker is amazing, and you have to utilize their benefit. You have to take out the maximum out of them. So I wish you all the very best, and looking forward to see you all, listen to you all in the upcoming sessions of KAFILA. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir, for those amazing and guiding words. पलट देते हैं हम मौजे हवादिस अपनी जुर्रत से, पलट देते हैं हम मौजे हवादिस अपनी जुर्रत से, कि हमने आंधियों में भी चिराग अक्सर जलाए. I think that this journey of Kafila is for everyone who wants to empower themselves, uphold themselves, and to know a better version of themselves. We have had amazing speakers and guests of honors with us, from Mrs. Ratnika Vyas, who talked about expanding our horizons and not fitting but shining in whatever we do, to Ms. Amrita Barman, who talked about the idea to connect and to critically analyze whatever comes our way. And finally, Prachi ma'am, Ms. Prachi Shah Pandya, who talked about honing our strength and working even harder on our weaknesses and finding beauty in our limitations. I think all of us here who have organized this have only one motive: to interact with all the participants, to inculcate the knowledge we get from all the amazing speakers, amazing professionals who would be joining us, and to help us find a better version of ourselves. With those words, I won't take much long and prolong the session, because we have a lot of amazing events lined up ahead. From the side, or on behalf of Walk with Memories, our festival directors, Ms. Kanchana Andani and Mr. Yash Agarwal, and our festival designer, Saurabh Chakrabarti, I, your host, can take a leave of you and wish you a wonderful, wonderful journey ahead. I hope this journey is worthwhile for all of you joining us. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, Kanchan, by your permission, I will end this session and restart this at 12:50.
Yes, Devant. End the meeting and restart at 1.
Okay, thank you.